And so I had told her that, but she still ended up calling me at 12:36 asking if I needed a ride, and she sounded just really drunk, I guess. I was the last person to see her and talk to her, actually. She called me at 12:36 in the morning asking if I still needed a ride home from the party.
The more evidence that comes out, the more lies that we see and are proven if this information that they're releasing is authentic. Like right here, you can see inside the window, you can see Kiely in there. This is a blurred version. It's slightly enhanced to bring out a little detail. Now, they said that you could not see her through the window. Are they forgetting that there's rear hatchback windows? There's 2 windows in the hatchback on the side that you can easily see in. They said that you cannot see her through the window, that all you could see that there was like a foot or a leg or something resting. That's what the autopsy says. It was resting on the rear seat. Now, how is a leg resting on a rear seat? The vehicle is flipped, so the roof is now the floor. So she should be floating, but she's not. She's on the floor, which is the roof, because in the flip vehicle, the roof is now the floor. So how is her leg resting on anything? Because the seats are pointed down. The autopsy is so crazy. Another lie. She was intoxicated, or she was drugged. Well, there's no drugs in her system, and there's no alcohol. Just a minute amount of alcohol, which could be from decomposition. It was just a tiny amount. So that she probably drank nothing. So we know that's lies. Remember, they said she was stumbling around, she was drinking a lot, sharing drinks, all that. Well, that's all lies. Never happened. Her stumbling around never happened. No drugs in her system. No alcohol. She was not impaired. She was going really slow. She goes to that fork in the road, and she sits there about 14 seconds. If you watch it over and over again, and you can watch other YouTubers, they go into detail about it. About 14 seconds is what she sits there at that fork in the road. Instead of going right like everybody else did all through the whole night, she goes to the left, goes down to the water about 10 miles an hour, goes right in the water. Now remember, all these people that are calling you a conspiracy theorist, they said all along, well, she was impaired, she possibly was drugged, she was going too fast, hit the water, couldn't escape, the windows were rolled up. That's what they were saying before the car was found. And then the car's found, and they're like, oh, well, there's 2 windows rolled down. So, well, the water must have rushed in so fast that she ran to the back, looking for air. And that's how she ended up back there. Well, we know that the car floated for quite a while. Several minutes. It floated. You can see the headlights there. If that webcam footage is authentic, she floated for quite a while. So she had plenty of time to get out. There's 2 windows rolled down. She drove in slow. Remember, all these people that are preaching to you, they said she must have went in fast. Go back and watch their old videos. They say, oh, she must have went in fast because she was impaired, she's drunk, maybe drugged, all this stuff. The windows were probably up. They find the car, and then they're like, well, we got to change all that. There's 2 windows down, so, well, we got to figure out another reason why. Well, she was too impaired. That's why. So they stuck to she was impaired. And they stuck to that right to the autopsy. So the autopsy is released, and they're like, uh-oh, she wasn't impaired, no alcohol, no drugs. And now with the webcam footage, we know she went in really, really slow and deliberate. So her car goes in really slow, 10 miles an hour. So everything that they said before, pure BS. Now we know the 12:36 phone call never happened either. We know her doing all this drinking never happened. It's just one lie after another. The webcam footage revealed all kinds of weird activity going on there, including a car that goes down there right to the shoreline in the middle of the night and turns its lights off right where Kiely went in. So what are they doing there? Just parking right where Kiely went in the water, and they turn their lights off with sleeping in their car right there? That's kind of dangerous. Remember they said, there was several of them that were saying that, well, she must have parked her car there and she crawled in the back and went to sleep, and then it went out of park and rolled in while she was sleeping, and that's what happened. Well, here you got people in that webcam footage that are going right down to the edge of the water and turning their lights off. I guess to go to sleep there or something. Anyway, AWP, they have, remember they said they have 2 more videos to release, depending on what law enforcement said. I don't know what that meant. There's leaked footage. I don't know if you've seen it. It's floating around. Is it a very good CGI hoax, or is it authentic? I don't know. The news media, they seem to go along with whatever the authorities say, because remember the Russia hoax. In the Russia hoax, the media and everybody, big tech, all of them, they all went along with it. Remember, you couldn't say anything against it. And then they come out and say, oh, well, years later, they come out and say, oh, it was all a hoax. It was all fake. There was no truth in it whatsoever, but we spent years investigating it and pushing the narrative that there was this Russia collusion. So they was investigating a hoax, and they stuck to it. Big tech would censor anybody that talked against it. The same way you see with Hunter Biden. Now it all comes out that it was all true. But you know what happened when you said anything about it, they would completely censor you. But now it comes out and they're like, oh well, we were wrong. We censored you, but we were wrong. We're not going to say we're sorry, but we were wrong. So, oh well. Well, I'm very curious to see what AWP releases, and this coming out early just makes it so they can release their videos early. And I didn't think this would happen. I thought that they would delay this further. I was surprised that they sprang this early. But I'm very curious to see what AWP has to say in their next 2 episodes on the Kiely Rodni case.